I just tried to go live like 3 times and it kept crashing. Well, the first time it said I didn't have internet. Oh. It's so hard to find a good horse these days. Come on. Come here, horse. This horse doesn't even have a name. Are you freaking kidding me? There's only one of you. Come on, man. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't want to kill you. If you bug me, I swear. Don't you bug me. Alright, come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm surprised only one is chasing me. Just go. What the heck are these? Okay, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption. I tried to go live like 3 times and it kept crashing. I don't know. Really get out here. We had the doors and windows open today. It was actually kind of nice. It froze last night. But you can't even tell. I'm almost finished eating. Who's here? Oh, let me mute this, put everything up on the computer. Oh, it was pretty nice today. Makes me excited for spring and summer to get here. I hate winter so much. I love Winter the dog. Wolf the dog. I hate winter the season. Hey! 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 I'm talking to you. Alright, let's see here. There we go. I think. I gotta pull it all up on my computer. I tried 3 times to go live. Everything was like set up, everything was perfect. And then it just would not work. I'm so tired. I am so freaking tired. I've been having trouble sleeping lately, and I had to be up at like 7 o'clock this morning. I fell asleep around like 3, and then I think I woke up like even before 7 because I was like, oh my gosh, don't oversleep, don't oversleep. Almost got another cup of coffee, but I know I'll just be up all night again, so. If you hear a man yelling in the background, that's Arthur Morgan. He's one of my most favorite people. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my gosh, I noticed I kind of have like a a little bit of an accent just from playing the game. Oh, we have quite a few dogs boarding, and one is I just put in the crate and he's not happy about it and he's staring at me. I better not give him attention because I'll get him worked up. He's still a puppy. He's, oh geez, I don't know how old he is now. I've been keeping him since he was like 4 months old. He's a Malinois. So, he's from like Working Lines, which I don't even know if there is like an actual show line. I mean, I'm sure there's a show line, but not like compared to other breeds, how different they are. Maybe I should look that up. But yeah, he has energy for days. And he's so big. Most Malinois I see are like really like petite, like travel size. This guy's a freaking horse, and he's still a puppy. He's like 9 to 10 months old. But, oh, this is my poison for the night. This is actually my favorite poison. I love these guys. I hate the purple one. Licorice. Throw them out the window. I try to give them to the dogs to discourage them from begging, because if they think maybe what I'm eating is disgusting, they won't want to beg. They'll still eat it. It's so gross. Not all of them. Some won't. But so no road trip. A puppy on the what do you call it? Thumbnail? The thumbnail puppy. I was going to take him to Mobile, Alabama, to this couple I've been talking to for like 2 weeks. They're really interested in him. Everything seemed perfect at first, you know. And I kind of get, like, after doing this for so long, people tell you what they think you want to hear at first, or they try to answer like the perfect questions, like give you the perfect answers. I'm retired, so please forgive me. And you know, everything seemed really good at first. They did have a baby, and I'm kind of iffy on sending puppies to homes with babies, especially for a young couple that doesn't have any other kids or older kids, just because babies give me a lot of work. And I just see so many posts like of people who are like, oh, I have a baby, so I don't have time for my dog, you know. Or like, my dog just needs a big yard to run in. I have a baby and I can't take care of the dog too. And it's just, I've seen tons of cases like that. So I definitely, like, my dogs go to a home forever, you know, unless something crazy happens and nobody would have guessed, like car accident or house burns down, something crazy, severe illness. Then they come back to me and I'll find them another home. I'll do some training with them. Just depending on if they need it or not. So yeah, everything was working out well. Oh my, the guardian dogs are barking outside. Everything seemed good at first, and then they're gonna get pretty riled up though, because we have a lot of dogs we're boarding, and most dogs we board, they start barking like crazy. Only one's barking. In fact, I don't even think that's one of our dogs we're boarding. That's Ginger, one of our new dogs. She's got a bad barking. Oh, that's what it is. No, hey, what's up, guys?
Sorry, it wasn't scared me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the dogs were barking at. Okay, this is my son and my little brother. And the Malinois like tripped out on him. No, knock it off. Darling is barking now. I feel like Darling used to never bark, and now that we've been boarding more and more dogs, she's barking more. But I think she's barking because of Charlie, which I talked about in another video. Might need to wait till the kids are done. Nope. Anyhow, so yeah, everything seemed good with that home at first, and you know, I was gonna deliver the puppy, so it was gonna be the cost of the puppy and the cost of just gas to deliver. I was gonna drive it, And they were being kind of weird about that. And I was like, you live like, I think it was like 3.5 hours away from me. And so that's going to be like 7 hours out of my day that I'm going to be just driving, you know, not counting me visiting them and giving them a puppy. And usually there's like long conversation. Away from my kids now. Prince. No. Are you staying the night?
No, did the brother message back or anything?
I'm on a live right now, so I don't know.
He said, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Did he say it's okay?
I don't know. We'll find out later. Go ahead. No. No. Prince.
Bruh.
Keep hurting dogs. It's Prince and Vince. and I sometimes I call them the wrong name. Now they hesitate, be like, which one is this? Prince or Vince? Okay. He didn't do too bad. So yeah, so the couple, it was mostly the wife I was speaking to. She really wanted a puppy. Everything was good. I asked about, you know, she already had another dog that was like 2 or 3 years old, and she had a baby. And I was like, okay. She sent me some nice pictures of the dog, and everything looked nice. And told me where the puppy would sleep, and all my regular questions. And but she's being weird about paying the gas to deliver the puppy. And I was like, well, you can pay me the gas to deliver the puppy, you can meet me halfway, you can come pick the puppy up, or we can hire a transporter, which would be way more than what I'll charge. And so then she's like, well, she didn't want to pay me beforehand, so that always kind of makes me like nervous. Like, she didn't want to pay a deposit. I didn't get there's a lot of scammers, so I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. And she didn't want to pay me anything beforehand. So I was like, well, you know, there's a lot of scammers. Maybe they're just like really nervous. Hey. And so I know Prince. Trying to remember chronologically what happened. I'm really tired. So we agreed, you know, she was like, okay, well when can you deliver the puppy? And I was like, I'm pretty flexible whenever, just, you know, let me know and I can come. And so we agreed on Wednesday. And so I said, okay, I'm kind of busy in the morning, and then after that I'll head out that way. And so then she tells me that she doesn't have the money or something about her husband's check didn't go through. So that already made me nervous, because I'm like, you know, are you living paycheck to paycheck and you want to add a puppy and you have a baby and a dog? No, Prince, no. We hear that dog is the dog of the boy. I might have to put him in a spare room. He's a puppy. I keep calling him a dog. He's technically a puppy still. Or maybe I'll cover him with a blanket so he can't see me. I might do that, so we can get all worked up. I'm trying to think. Because I don't know if he'll pull the blanket and tear it up. So I don't want to use a good one. I'm going to put a blanket over him. Did I just eat a licorice? I'll put it back. Unless he stops barking. Dang it. Okay, I'll be back. Let me put something over him so I can tell my story. Lose my train of thought. I have a blanket right in front of me. I'll just throw that on him real quick. All right, let's see if that works. I've never done a live. I've watched him a lot. I've never done a live with him here before, so it's been a while. No, it hadn't. It's been like maybe a month since I've watched him last. I hate when I have to get up and walk away. I always lose people. I get it. I watch lives and people walk away and you're just like, okay. I should have Darling out here so she can sub for me. Oh. Prince is a dog I'm boarding. He is a Malinois. He's a very big Malinois. He's the size of Ryuk. I gotta ask the owner if I can get a picture of them, Ryuk and him together. They're both about the same age. Let's see. I have a couple more dogs on boarding and they go home tomorrow, so maybe after they go home I'll... He's like moaning now. So I covered him up. Anyhow, so... Oh yeah, so she's, she said that their check didn't go through, that they have to wait till their check goes through. So that's kind of a red flag for me. He's still barking. Now it's a little more like frustration. Let's see. But, so yeah, that was just, I also want to make sure that they can afford my doggy. You know what? I just realized I don't have the chat open. Hey, Sawblade. Man, when we played League the other day, we just like got destroyed over and over. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to open up my chat. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, work for me. There we go. Where's the pop-out button? There we go. That's what I've been doing, is just bringing the chat out by itself. Okay. I think I'm... Oh, he is pulling the blanket in. Yeah. What'd you think of my dad? Or my dad and my husband, I guess. We played my uncle too? Yeah, I think we did. That thumbnail? So yeah, that's the puppy. That's the puppy I was supposed to drive to Mobile. That's about a 3.5 hour drive to deliver to his new home. And it fell through because I changed my mind. So yeah, so first, she says their check didn't go through, so they have to wait because they can't pay me. And then they say, and it's like the day of, I'm like, I think I had already left. I think I started driving. I only drove for like 30 minutes. And she told me that. And I was like, well, will it go through by the time I'm there? Like, it was really kind of like a red flag. And I try not to I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But, so, yeah, I started, from the beginning, I always felt like something was off. And I tried to trust my gut. And I was like, they had really nice pictures. She said all the right things. And, this was one of my last puppies from that litter. And I was like, yeah, he's starting to get a little bit older. I think he's 13 weeks now. But I think so. When I first started talking to her, he was like 11 weeks old. It's not too old. But so I gotta check out my calendar. Maybe that's completely wrong. Oh, crap. So I was like, okay, fine. Let's reschedule. When do you think your husband will be paid? And then that's the other thing is, she mentioned that she's pregnant, and I was like, wait, you're pregnant? So, I don't feel like a bad person, but I'm just like, all I could think of is you have a baby, you have a dog already. Oh, they own their own business. So I know that's a lot of work because we've had our own business before, and I run my own business as far as dog boarding, dog training. and all that fun stuff. And she's pregnant. And she wants to add a puppy to that. And I'm just like, you think you're overdoing it? I think, and they're young. They're like early 20s. So I'm just like, maybe have your baby when your baby is like potty trained. get get a puppy maybe. So I asked her, and I didn't, I mean, okay, maybe she's like me. I'm like, what if she's like me? She's just like really active, really involved. She could handle, a couple dogs, a couple kids, job, She's tired thinking about it, right? But I remember, she's young, so maybe she's got the energy. And I'm just like, did just the baby get the puppy? Yeah, we should have traded, right? Wow, that's awful. But, yeah, so I was just like, I don't know. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure you're not like getting in over your head? Like, I try to be polite. I forget how I worded it, where I was just like, you already have a dog. You guys own your own business. You already have a baby who's in diapers still. Oh, and then she sent me a video, before I asked her, she sent me a video of her baby and her dog interacting, and the baby is climbing all over the dog, pulling on the dog's like skin and ears and stuff as the baby's climbing, and you could tell the dog's like irritated, but like tolerant, like really tolerant. And I was just like, my puppy is pretty solid, but that might be a lot. Especially this dog has shorter fur. My puppy has longer fur. That dog was like a lab Weimaraner, kind of an interesting mix. And then it makes me wonder, like, why is the dog so tolerant? Is it natural, like behavior for that dog, or did they like tear into the dog if the dog reacted any kind of negative way, which is like a ticking time bomb? So I was just like, you need to teach your baby, it's still a baby. So you gotta, you need to monitor that and make sure they have appropriate, hey, like that, appropriate interactions with each other, like, and anyhow, so that was another red flag. And, so the Wednesday when I went to leave, I had this crazy, I washed it. It got super muddy. It's been like a mud fest at our house. That Wednesday when I'd already left, she got mad at me for leaving already. And I'm like, but we agreed like 3 days ago that I was leaving on Wednesday to bring the puppy. And she's like, well, she said that we didn't agree. And I was like, so I went through the text messages, and then before I could send it to her, she was like, oh, well, we never agreed on a time. And I was like, but you made like a big deal about how y'all work from home, so you'll be there, everything will be fine. Oh, my head's crazy. Sorry. Yeah, so that was like another red flag. I'm like, why are you, and then she told me they didn't have the money. So I was just like, but why are you getting mad at me? You should have made, if you cared about what time, you should have made better plans with me instead of just making it sound like any time during the day is fine. But, so then we planned, so then I asked her, did she think that maybe, she thought that it was going to be too much to have their own business, already a baby on the way, a dog, and now a puppy in the mix. And she just laughed, and that was it. And I was just like, okay, like, that's not an answer. So that was kind of weird. And so now I'm really thinking, like, I don't know about this. Like, I'm talking to Sean, my husband, about it, and I'm just like, I don't know, and So she tells me Friday their check should clear. So I'm like, okay. And I'm like, all right. So Friday at what time? And we agree on like 3:30, or she told me 3:30, and I told her that I had some appointments in the morning and that they might run long, so I could show up there from 3:30 afterwards. And she said that was fine. And so my appointment ran long. I have a virtual call with a client for training, and it only ran a little long. And I told her, I was like, okay, so I'm finished. I'm, can get ready to go. And she's like, oh, but you said you'd be here at 3:30, and I was just like, it's in text messages. So she so then she said, well, you could still come. Oh no, she said my husband cleared his whole day so that way you could be here. And I'm like, what do you mean? Sorry, there's flies. We had doors. It was a nice day. We had doors and windows open, and man, we had their chickens too close to the house and our ducks, and the ducks make a big muddy mess. So we're gonna move them away from the house. Anyhow, oh gosh, I was in a train of thought. I'm super tired. I barely got any sleep last night. God, what was I saying? Hold on, let me drink some drink, then I'll remember. I don't remember. It didn't work. Okay, I remember. I'm so tired. Oh, let's see. We were supposed to leave. I was supposed to leave. She said her husband cleared his whole work schedule. And I was like, what do you mean? I thought he worked from home. And she said, yeah, but he cleared his schedule. And I was like, okay, for the whole day? I said 3:30 on after. So it had been like from 3:30 afterwards. And I'm trying not to argue with her, and it seems like she's like trying to pull me into an argument and like trying to twist things around on me. It felt super narcissistic. And and I'm very experienced in narcissistic people. So I was just like, okay, well, so is it too late to come then? And she's like, yeah, I don't think this is going to work out. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she said, well, my husband says if you take $50 off, then we'll still get the puppy. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? No. I'm like, no, because I still have to drive all the way down there. Like, I still did all the neurological stimulation, all the hands-on stuff, puppy culture, badass breeder program, with the potty training. I didn't do that much crate training as usual this time. Their vaccinations, their wormings, feeding them on raw, transitioning from raw to kibble, so that way they can, most likely where they're going, they're not going to have raw. Like, I still did all this stuff, and I'm still driving like 6 hours total, or 7 almost, I think it was, going there and then back. Like, and that's all that time that I'll just be sitting in a car, not being able to get stuff done around the house, not being able to do things with the dogs. So I'm just like, yeah, no, you can get a puppy where you live. You can go to the pound and pick up a puppy, so I was just like, no, I think you're right. It's not going to work out. And so then she kept messaging me, and I was like, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's fine. I'll find another owner. It'll be all right. And then she was like, saying, okay, it's fine. We'll pay the whole amount. And I'm like, I just quit talking to her. I just stopped. I was like, no. Because, I could find somebody else. My gut was really freaking out then. As my daughter calls it, my gut people were screaming at me like, no. I actually have somebody in Pennsylvania who I knew when I was 17, who was really interested in this puppy, but hey Amanda, but her husband said no, their dog had just passed away recently and he wasn't ready for a new one. So I made a post that, hey, the puppy's available again. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to try to convince my husband. So if it was her, I know her, my family knows her, she lives close to one of my aunts, like, knows her dog lived to be like 13 or something. Like, so I know, like if she was like, hey, can you take 50 off? Sure, no problem, because I know I don't have to worry. I'll see pictures of it on Facebook. You know, she'll keep me updated. Like, sure, absolutely. But not this random person who's like trying to twist things around. And then I guess is living paycheck to paycheck with a baby, their own business. That's another thing. Like, with a check, you own your business, but you're waiting on your check. So I guess payment from a job, like something they did. Yeah. Yeah, so the puppy is still with me. Yeah, so I'm in no hurry. My husband, he's like, we're not going to get stuck with him, right? Because we have a lot of dogs. I was like, nah, he's too cute. He has 2 different color eyes. I don't know if you saw it in the thumbnail, or if you could tell in the thumbnail. I thought about having him here, but he's a puppy, and he would probably get the dog on boarding over here, Prince, riled up. So I was like, oh, I could just post a video of him if people want to see him more. But yeah, he's cute. He's like got little bat ears. I don't know what's going on with his goofy ears. I thought they were going to just lay down. But they're... they decided to pop up, and it's so funny looking. You can squeeze in one more. Well, I only want to add another dog that's going to be working. Like, it's going to do something. We're already supposed to get another German Shepherd from Augusto. I'm actually looking at some German Shepherds from Egypt. I don't think Augusto will like... I don't know. I could be wrong. But I don't think he... I think he just wants, like, European. But yeah, there's some, like, really nice German Shepherds in Egypt that I was looking at. But, or, you know, maybe a livestock guardian dog. We looked at ordering. I don't know how to say it without making it sound like they're just property. But we're looking at getting a livestock guardian dog and continuing on this livestock guardian dog new breed program, because the guy who originally was doing it passed away. So now me and like 3 counting me 3 people. So me and 2 other people. I'm really tired, sorry. I'm running off of caffeine. So we just have like these dogs, and we have like some co-owns out in different homes, like on farms and homesteads and stuff. And so now we're just like, well, what do we do? Because I think one of them, I think he's just done. He's just going to keep his as pets, and he's done. But the other person and I were talking about continuing what he was trying to do. So I don't know. There's a... so, yeah, like his vision is a slightly smaller livestock guardian dog that's made more for homesteads, and so it's more broad, like it's got like a big build, but it's shorter, and so it would like keep smaller predators like raccoons, foxes, maybe coyotes if you have more than one, like 2 or 3. If you have 2 or 3 of them on your farm, they're supposed to be like really good with small animals like chickens and what else is small? Rabbits, stuff like that. And, but still, like, be really good protectors. And then, a little less, where they think that they own the whole neighborhood. Would a German Shepherd be like Vivian? What do you mean? What German Shepherd? The one from Egypt? It's the one from Egypt I'm looking at is solid black, long coated German Shepherd. They have the red and black ones too, but I probably would just stick with black. Oh, maybe I'll get the right one. I guess it just depends on genetics and temperament. Like whatever had like exactly what we're looking for. Is that what you meant? Was the Egyptian one? Yeah. Mhm. Yep. That's what, you know. I guess the dog daddy is like getting known for. Um, is for his long-coated dog, his long-coated German Shepherds, and now, especially his black ones. My mice and I have some mice and they're fighting. They don't almost like they almost never fight. I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh, oh, okay. They're fighting. I put some scraps in there and they're fighting over it. It's not really scraps. It's like some. I just emptied out one of my things of duck feed. It had like a bunch of different seeds in there, and there's like a little bit left at the bottom. So I like put that in there, and they're fighting over seeds or something. I don't know. Usually they get along really well. Yeah, Vivi's finally growing into her coat, and she's starting to look really good. She had her puppy coat still when we got her, and I think she had been quarantined, and so the person who had quarantined her, I think they quarantined a couple dogs at the same time, and they got into it. They bit her face, and they didn't, because she's long coated. They didn't groom her. I guess her fur was matted, and my groomer just like shaved her down. So she was looking. Her groomer was like, it'll just hurt her too much to try to brush it out. So she's important. I might be wrong. I gotta talk. I'm gonna see Augusto on the 18th. They were trying to get me to go to Tampa, and they weren't trying to get me to go to Tampa. I was considering going to go to Tampa to hang out. Like Jordan, his assistant, was like really wanting me to go so we could hang out. But Sean wouldn't been able to go, and it's a long drive and broke right now. And I hate taking out, as y'all know, I hate taking free handouts. So I was like, if it's a gift, okay, but I don't like, feeling like someone's buying my friendship. You know what I mean? Wow, that one tasted nasty. Excuse me. Sorry. That was disgusting. It was a yellow one. Why did it taste like that? Okay, I think I'm done. Whew. Maybe it was the code red soda mixing with it. It was disgusting. I tried to do off screen. I'm sorry if you saw anything. Sorry, I was very much a tomboy growing up. So sometimes I do stuff that I'm just like, oh, that wasn't very ladylike of me. You can't tell by the way I dress also. I don't know how I ended up with my husband. He dresses like, well, he can dress up really good. Like, he can look pretty good. But, oh. Oh my God. Like 3 people left. They were like, oh gosh, she's spitting out. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like a little kid, you know. The little kid thinks something's nasty. Like, they're not going to eat it. Oh, I'm talking about the mice. If y'all don't know, we have mice. We're in the country where we don't have a cat anymore. Um, and especially in the winter, the mice come in. And so we started catching them because I can't kill them because I suck at killing things. And I was just releasing them into the wild at my neighbor's house because I don't like them. No, I'm just kidding. I released them like far, far away in a field. And somehow I had this hamster cage. So I put a bunch in there and they kept fighting each other. And they like somehow, like, most of them got out, but 2 stayed. And the 2 that stayed got along perfectly, and they were both females, so no babies. And it's been a year now. They still live. Actually, what's crazy is, so I don't have all the parts to the hamster cage, or whatever you call it. It's missing some part, like where tubes will go, and so I just had it taped. And they just were living in there. And recently, I kept seeing a mouse trying to get in there. It was a boy mouse, and I was like, "You're not gonna get my ladies," you know. And then I set the humane trap and try to catch them, or release them to the wild. But then I saw another mouse on top of the cage, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe they're running out of food, so they're trying to get in there." So I walked towards it, and the mouse ran inside the cage, and I was like, "Oh no, he's getting in there!" And then I realized, oh, it's my mice. Wait, how long they chewed the tape? How long has this hole been here? They've just been coming out and going back in there. And so I was just like, okay, well, I gotta figure. I don't have anything to cover the hole, but the tape's not gonna work, obviously. So I just left it, and it was just. It's so funny to me because they have a hamster wheel they run. So they have all the freedom of the whole house. They're staying in the cage and they're running on the hamster wheel. And I was just like, okay, at least I know they're happy. So they've been loose before. It's not worth it. They can have fresh meals, fresh water, exercise, a nice little bed. Yeah. Anyhow, so that's my only reason I know it's been a year is because I shared it on my Facebook stories, and Facebook was like, "Hey, here's a picture you shared a year ago," and it was the mice, and I was like, "Oh wow, mice only live to be like 2, so I don't have much longer." Oh, it's your son's birthday. You feel like hosted a party. Oh, you were like the host of the party? That's really draining. Was it your parents or was it the in-laws? It's more draining when it's the in-laws, I feel. Especially my in-laws. My husband's parents are separated. And his mom is like an interrogator. She's just like, "So what are you doing now? What are you going to do with this? What do you know, how much money are you making now?" She's Asian. "So, what's your plan? What are you going to do in 5 years? You know? Oh, what kind of grades are the kids getting?" Hey. So it's two like quote unquote brothers. It's a lab and a Malinois. The lab is a couple years older. And even though the Malinois is now bigger, he'll like fuss at him. You got to go to a fancy brunch tomorrow. Oh, where are you? Where do you live? Because it's like this is what I wore today. It froze last night, but the sun came out and was so nice. We got like so much stuff done too. Oh, that's why I'm so tired also. Are your mom and dad? Oh, so everybody was there. Do your in-laws get along with your parents? I've been divorced once, and then I didn't marry the second guy. And then I had a long relationship as a teenager. So I've experienced a lot of in-laws and drama. Which my husband's father gets along. Hey, chill. He's just a puppy. Who's bigger than you? Oh, New York. Oh, okay. We talked about Peter King, because that's where Peter King's up there, and so is No Bad Dogs. What is his name? I feel like we talked about this also. Tom Davis was up there. All the parents, yeah. Oh, wow. They knew each other since, yeah, Tom Davis. He's pretty cool. I like Tom Davis. There's a fly and I just want to like murder it. I can kill flies too. They have to be dead. I don't let them suffer. Especially because, man, oh gosh, and our freaking new neighbors, they keep throwing garbage out of their house. This is probably why the flies are getting worse. My hair's crazy. I haven't brushed my hair in like 3 days. That's the real reason for the flies. Oh, God. I gotta order a new Premier, what are they called? The electric fence? Oh, I just saw that, Becky, that y'all are a dealer of some kind of fencing. Because I'm still like learning how to use that kind of stuff. So when I had it set up and the freaking tornado came and like wrecked it, just like shredded it. And now I'm just like, oh God, didn't buy another one. Actually, that one I got on Marketplace, so it was already used. But y'all are childhood sweethearts who never dated until we reconnected in our 20s now. Been married for 16 years. Sean and I's anniversary is on the 28th. Technically, it's the 29th of February, but there's no 29th this year. And I think it's 10 years. Timeless fence system, yeah. Yeah, I looked up one video and then, I don't know, who knows, probably got a phone call or I had to take a dog out or something. Because I was trying to figure out, I know like the guy was showing like something about the posts and all, but yeah, that's our problem now. Since the tornado, our chickens or ducks are back like right by our house. And the ducks are making a big, being ducks, making a big watery, muddy mess. And it's so not cold here, even though it's freezing to me. It's not cold enough to kill flies. And so now flies are like moving in. And it's turning into a nightmare. And I like, when it's nice out, I like to have my windows open and my doors open. And let the fresh air in, but not all the bugs. I just gotta put screens over everything. But yeah, so that's what I was trying to get at is we need to get the poultry back moving around so they're not just like in one spot making a mess for the insects to have a field day, especially right next to our house. I'm also anxious of predators because we did a lot of work with fencing today. Still, it's not secure though. Sorry, my voice is yucky. Yeah, so the dogs are really, I'm surprised the dogs are being really good and quiet, even with the ones we're boarding right now. Because we just haven't done much. Like, I know they're bored. And they start getting bored, they start getting frustrated, and they start, getting into trouble. So. But yeah, I gotta look that up. I gotta look up your timeless fence system thing. Or my brokenness. Oh, my car is still broken. or a premiere. Okay, for moving chickens. I was also thinking about doing like a hot wire around our fence to help keep predators out and dogs in, and stop them from digging and stuff. But I'm not sure. I'm just so scared. We live so close to that freaking idiot who shot his own dog, and he shot at another dog the other day. Apparently he thought it was ours. We were like, you know, counting everybody. Like, no, everybody's here. Claimed it was one of ours. And it wasn't even him who told us. It was the other stream. I would hate to find out that they watch our stream. But the other neighbor, who was always yelling and screaming, and they were like throwing all their garbage outside and burning stuff every day, and it smells horrendous. They actually told us that he was out there shooting somebody's dog, or trying to. I don't think he did, because he lives slightly closer to him than we do. And I'm just like, I want to get out of here. I want to go back home. Oh, man. It's too much city for me. Oh, man. I'm not going to eat another one of these, am I? Okay, I'm going to eat one more. Right, I have like a bunch of stuff to catch y'all up on since I streamed last. I don't remember. Sean's playing D&D right now. Otherwise, we'd be like doing something together. I don't know. I guess there's no other news. I don't know. Yes, my car's still broken. We ordered the part. Had the bearing is broken it somehow. Oh yeah. I haven't streamed in a couple days. I've not been feeling good. I've been like really drained. Yeah. But I still don't feel good. It's my heart problem thing. Pretty sure. Like people with POTS have like swings where they're like they feel great, everything's fine, and then it like goes down, and then you get like really foggy. My skin, like for me, I itch really bad whenever I'm scratching. Whenever I'm having problems with my POTS and an episode. I can't even think of the words. Whenever it's worse, I get really itchy. I get really, really cold. I actually have a blanket here and my jacket. Here, yeah, and I faint, and I can't sleep. I have insomnia, and yeah, and then I'm just like tired all the time. So I've been having not an episode. What's another word for it? Where it's pretty much an episode, like not an episode. This episode's like short. Anyways, it's been bothering me a lot. I have a pinched nerve in my back, so got nothing done. Pinched nerves. When I was pregnant, I had pressure on my sciatica, and that was the worst. No, tooth pain is the worst. Then sciatica pain, then labor, because I gave birth to my last child in the car with only one Tylenol. And that wasn't that bad because I just blacked out while I was screaming. So I don't really remember Yeah, like how bad it was. So, yeah. Maybe it was worse, but I just don't remember. The worst part was like, that's when I was with in an abusive relationship, and the guy he was very narcissistic, and and a deadbeat, and so we didn't have a car. No, oh no. Okay, I have my phone just it's dying. I have the charger. Let's see. I did it, guys. Like I said I would. I remember to do something. No, allow. Okay, okay. It's asking me questions. Okay. So yeah, the guy was deadbeat. And so we didn't have a car. So I was pregnant, and not in a good way. I didn't want to be pregnant. I love my son, not like that, but and we didn't have a car. We had already a 2-year-old. I had my daughter for my first relationship, and I'm like heavy in labor. Like I'm heavily pregnant, and we live like an hour away from the nearest hospital. And he was super controlling, so I didn't have a phone. I didn't have internet. So if he wasn't even home, like I would have been stuck. Luckily he was home, and he had a cell phone. I wasn't allowed to have a cell phone. It's crazy. It's crazy how people like get themselves in those situations. But regardless, I was a crazy person back then because I stayed in a relationship like that. But yeah, so we have a car, and so he calls his grandmother when I start going into labor, right? And I knew I was going into labor. Like I wake up and I'm just like, oh, this is my 3rd time. Like I'm starting to go in labor. Okay, and I tell him, and he's like, okay, I was like, but don't rush it, because it's gonna be like 12 hours, or my first labor was 24 hours. My second labor was 12 hours. So I'm like, it's going to be a while, like, so I'll just relax. I'll just take a Tylenol. Just relax. I'll, like, handle some stuff. No, it wasn't. Okay, so, yeah, I was getting my kids' birthdays mixed up. One was born on Thanksgiving. This one wasn't. So, he calls up his grandmother because she has a vehicle. My son's 13 now, so this is a long time ago. And so, he tells her to go ahead and get ready because he knows that she's going to take a long time. And to go ahead and come on over here. And, but I'm just like, oh, it's fine. And then, bam, like, out of nowhere, I'm just, like, falling to the floor screaming, like, hard labor. It had been, like, 10 minutes or something. And so I'm assuming I actually had been in labor all night, but who knows. But when I woke up, it didn't feel, like, serious. I was walking around doing stuff. And then, yeah, as soon as, like, a contraction would hit, it's like I would just, like, hit the floor and just, like, start screaming. And so I was just like, okay, call her now. So I kept calling her. And she was like, I'm in the shower. I gotta take a shower. He's like, get here now, and he's a jerk. So he was, like, being really mean to her. But it was kind of a dire situation. And then so he calls her again, and she's like, I gotta put my makeup on. He's like, we're going to the hospital. You can put your makeup on there. Like, just get here now. So finally, she gets there. He makes her get in the back. My oldest isn't with us. I think she's at her grandmother's. And then my my middle child, she's like 18 months and 2 years old, is in the back seat. So we go to leave, and he's driving like a freaking maniac. Like, I'm surprised we made it. But as we're going, like, my water breaks. And so this is the first time I hadn't had my water broken for me. So it's just like, big mess in our passenger seat. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, it's not our car either. It's hers. So, but we rode in it a lot. So I'm just like, oh no. She gave us that car though. And then he wrecked it. But Uh, we took the whole seat out and we got another one from Pull Apart. This is yeah. Uh, so my contractions are getting so bad. I'm screaming, and at some point, like I start blacking out while I'm screaming, and then I'll come back and I'm like screaming, and then I'm like I'm okay. And like at some point, I actually get out of my seat and I turn around. I'm hugging the back of the seat while my ex is driving like a maniac. You know, we were like an hour away from the hospital, so driving like a maniac trying to get to the hospital. And then I go into another contraction. I'm just like screaming. My grandmother, his grandmother, my grandmother-in-law, ex-grandmother-in-law, is sitting behind me. And so I like I stop blacking out and I'm screaming right in her face and she's crying and my daughter's crying and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then I go another contraction. And then my son was like, okay, I'm ready to come out. And I was like, I was squeezing to not have the baby in the car. So when he was born, his face was actually like bruised and his eyes were bloodshot from me trying to not have him in the car. But no, he was born in the car. He came out. He just like popped out. And so then we pulled over and the ambulance showed up. She called the ambulance. They finally showed up and they drove us the other half of the way. I actually was losing a lot of blood. I think it's part of POTS. I didn't know I had POTS back then. And so I actually got 3 pints of blood. But the hospital charged me for delivery. They charged me like $20,000 for delivery. And I was like, I delivered my baby. You didn't deliver my baby. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not paying for this. And I argued with them. And they tried to make me pay. I was like, I'll pay for the ambulance ride. I'll pay for the 2 days I stayed afterwards. I'll pay for the blood and all the stuff that y'all gave me there. But I'm not paying for delivery. You didn't deliver my baby. They even let me, the hospital, 2 different departments, I'm sure. Finance little department is probably trying to get what they can get. But they even let me put, because he wasn't born in the hospital, it actually is put that he's born on 2/31 in Wetumpka. So, yeah. And when he was a little baby, I printed I made him his own little t-shirt that said 2/31. It had the road sign on it. So, yeah. Anyways, so yeah. I don't know why I'm talking about that. So, I think it's an interesting story, and a lot of people are shocked when they find out that I had a kid in the car. I would do it again, not in the car. I would have a natural birth again, especially if I just black out. Yeah, I can handle that. Everybody else can just listen to me scream, except for the losing 3 pints of blood part. I don't know about that. That's not good. But I'm glad Prince settled. Maybe I shouldn't say his name. He's a little, I can hear him, like, kind of complaining. Oh, you had all your kids at home with your husband and midwife. See, that's what I want to do. My first was born with a midwife, but in the hospital. She was one of the last midwives. But she put me on morphine. So, when she had to wake me up to deliver, and as soon as my daughter Patience was born, I passed back out because of the morphine. And I woke up the next day. So I missed everything because I was just like, I didn't get to hold her. Well, I think they put her on me, but I passed out. There was a recording, but that got lost. But my sister, my not youngest, because I actually have a younger sister. One of my sisters has had her 2 daughters. You had your daughter in the hospital and also lost loads of blood. I think my issue was because I gave birth to my son and I didn't give birth to the placenta, not to be like graphic, and they pulled it out. I think that was part of the issue. But I also wasn't cooperating because they were pushing on my stomach and that hurt. And I was like, don't touch me. So, so they just like grabbed the umbilical cord and just pulled the rest of it out. And yeah. 4 pints of blood? Wow. Mine was just 3. And I thought that was a lot. But I was like, when I had my son, I think I weighed like 105 pounds, and that's how much I weigh right now. But I was like in a really bad relationship. So I think that's why I was like so skinny. And just, it was just like a really bad, like I was really stressed out all the time. Sorry. He left me like 3 months after our son was born too. He was cheating on me. Yeah. But then I met Sean, my husband. Actually, I stayed single for a year. Actually, it's so crazy, like being in a bad relationship, like a toxic, narcissistic relationship. I wanted to make things work and get back with them. I also didn't want baby daddies. I already had one. but and this guy hated dogs. Like, he got rid of all my dogs. I had Dobermans. Well, 2 passed away. They had cancer. But I had other dogs, other Dobermans, and other, like, a couple, like, misfit dogs. And he got rid of them behind my back. I found out later that he got rid of them, like, one by one. I was like, why'd you get with me if you don't like dogs? So that's when I met Sean. And I was like, I had, like, a whole list. Like, once I recovered from that toxic relationship and I could, like, step back and see, like, how bad it had gotten. Then I was just like, okay, he's got to like video games. He's got to like this kind of music. He's got to like animals. You know, he's got to love dogs. He's got to have a good relationship with his parents. He's got to have his act together, you know. He's got to be gentle and kind and, you know, compassionate and all that sort of stuff. And and then I just like dated any guy who would ask me out or who I found interesting, and then I would just like, nope, okay, you know, like go down the list, like, oh, nope, you're out, you messed up. Sean isn't perfect on the list, he just tricked me. He tried to be that person to be with me, I don't know why. And then, and it was just like little things. I did, you know, here, sign out this application to date me. It's like finding a puppy home. It's like this whole, like, criteria. But no, I was more subtle about it. I was just like, oh. So, you know, I'm trying to think, like, how did I do it? I'd be like, oh, what do you like to do with your parents? And, you know, usually that would be like, ah, man, my dad and I don't get along, this and that, you know, or my dad's a jerk, or, you know, like these other guys would say. And Sean would be like, well, I work out with my mom. My dad lives in Texas, so whenever I get a chance, I fly out there, and I usually help him around the yard, and then we'll go out downtown, you know, and like, so I was like, oh, so that's a good relationship with his parents, you know. And I was like, oh, you know, like, he had to have like a career in mind, and go with money. He had like a couple $1,000s. He was, okay, so here's the other thing about Sean, is he was 20, and I was 28, with 3 kids, when we started dating. I almost carded him. I actually did see his driver's license later on, because he was doing something, and I was just like, you know, looking over, like, okay, you are old enough to ride this roller coaster. That sounds really bad. I didn't mean it like that, but Yeah, he was the youngest, but then I was just like, you know, I could just teach him. I could train him. I could raise him. I'm just kidding. That's one of our jokes. But yeah, he was the youngest, and then he lied to his mom about how old I was. Or he didn't lie to her. She said, "Oh, so what are you, like 24?" You know, because she knew I was older. And she was like, "Oh yeah, something like that." And they're just like, you tell your mom that I'm 28 with 3 kids?" And he's like, "Well, we're just dating right now, so, you know, no reason to stress her out." I think we had been dating for like a whole year before she found out that I had 3. She like met one at a time. But yeah, and I think he was more. His mom is more tough, and his dad is more understanding. So that's why he waited so long to tell his mom. It's funny. But anyhow, yeah. So Sean passed the test, even though he kind of like cheated a little bit. I can't even remember some of the stuff that wasn't true that he like. It's like super minor stuff. I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember. It's stuff that's, you know, not a big deal. Anyhow. So, that's why I have a good relationship now. As far as like abusive relationships, like if we're watching something and there's any kind of like abuse or anything like that, he gets freaked out. Like he gets really uncomfortable, and he either doesn't want to watch it or he gets really upset. I'm not like that at all. So, it was kind of weird because I can handle it more than he can. I have to comfort him. But he also can't watch scary movies at all. Or anything too gory, he can't watch, so. So I'm laughing because my dad is afraid of The Exorcist. And I'll send him, like, in the middle of the night, I'll just send him one of those little, like, Exorcist gifts. It was, like, the Exorcist chick doing stuff. I hadn't actually seen the whole movie, so I don't. But, so I'll, like, check his message, and it's just, like, a scary chick. Sorry, I'm being kind of mean. So I just sent one to Sean the other day. He was like, I could just hear him in the other room. No. Just put his phone down. Sorry. I like scary movies. I like zombie movies, I guess. That's why I had Dobermans. My favorite dog breed is the Doberman. And I'll probably get another one day. Not right now. But I've got to find, because my Dobermans, like, they died of cancer. They had a lot of allergies and skin problems, which could have been what I was feeding them. I was feeding them the cheapest food because I thought it was all the same, like cereal. And it was just a name brand versus, you know, store brand. But, that could have played a huge part in it. But I also didn't, you know, I don't even think Embark was around back then, but I'm sure there was some sort of genetic testing. Embark's only been around for like 7 or 8 years now. So it was a long time ago. But, yeah, if I get I'm going to get another Doberman. When I get another one, it's going to be like top of the line, really good genetics. Yeah. I'll need a good name for him. Her or him. I'll probably get a girl, maybe. My other 2 were Xena and Callisto. Yeah. I'm going to forget my dog's name. The reason I got confused is I named him after Xena. If you've ever seen Xena, or the warrior princess. Callisto is the bad guy. But we play a game now called League of Legends, and there's a character named Callista. And so I was like, wait, did I just say the wrong name? Oh, your last dog was Xena? That's so cool. Yeah. So Xena didn't have a name for like the first 2 years of her life, and her name was Pup. So if I ever mention Pup, because I call her name was, became Xena, but if I ever say Pup, I mean Xena. So usually I would introduce her to people as Xena, and then I would like her nickname, I guess, at home, or her puppy name was Pup. And that was my first relationship with my oldest. My ex's mother was so scared that we weren't gonna have a name for our baby, because we had a cat named Kit Kat because I couldn't think of a name, and then we had Pup at the time. It became Xena. And we couldn't think of a name for our baby. Patience. Her name's Patience now. And so she was so afraid that we're going to name her baby. But we actually thought of 3 names. So her name is Sabrina Marie, is her first name, and then Patience is her middle name. And the reason we gave her a 3rd name is because my sister's name is Sabrina. His niece's name was Marie, and they were like, both the girls were really close to the family, like around all the time. So we're like, you know what, it might get confusing if we, and then we'd have to pick where we're going to call her Sabrina, we're going to call her Marie, and maybe one of the girls might get kind of like jealous. They were both young at the time. Now they're grown and have their own kids, but because Patience is 18. She's almost 18. She's about to turn 18. But, so we're like, oh, we gotta call her something else. We gotta, like, give her a different name. So we combined the first one, and I couldn't think of anything, and then I was watching Catwoman, and Catwoman's name was Patience. Holly Berry. So, I was like, that's it. That's gonna be her name. And boy, you needed patience to raise patience. She was in here the other time we did a live. I am a person. That's Patience. She's I keep telling her to do her own channel. You like her name? What is her name in John Wick? Does she have Dobermans on that one, or what are they, German Shepherds? I gotta look it up. I get excited whenever I see dogs that actually, like, do stuff. And I wasn't even paying attention to that movie. I'm such a bad person. Until I saw the dogs. Let's see. Let's see what kind of video it was. John Wick. Oh my god, but they freaking killed me in the beginning where he had that puppy and they killed the puppy. Were they Malinois? Yeah, Belgian Malinois. And then a beagle, right? Wasn't a little beagle? Was the puppy that was killed? Ugh. And unlike, oh, that's right, because he also has a dog. He's got that. Is it some kind of pit bull type breed, some kind of woolly breed? Does it say what it is? Is it a Staffy or is it a? Oh, it just says their names. Yeah. I like that. The pit bull from. Oh wow, Keanu Reeves actually adopted the pit bull at the end of the first movie. He owns that dog. But it's been in a few different things, but not much as far as the dog's acting career. So that's crazy. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is something else. I had the biggest crush on him when I was little. Oh, 2 a.m. Yeah, sorry. I did it a little earlier, I think, right? I did it at 7 my time. So it's 8:30 my time now. Yeah, and I tried to like give y'all more notice so that way if you wanted to join, you know, you're not like in the middle of something and you're like, oh my gosh, she went live, you know. I'm mostly just trying to stay awake and go to bed at a decent hour. Try to get my sleeping schedule fixed. Oh, your crush is Angelina Jolie. She's pretty cool too. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. And like, she's pretty awesome off the screen and on the screen. So. Isn't Keanu Reeves friends with Marilyn Manson? I know his long-term girlfriend died in a car accident on the way to Marilyn Manson's concert. Dang it, I left my freaking credit card in my pocket. Now I'm looking for it. And this is Johnny Depp also friends with Marilyn Manson? The reason I love Dobermans though is Resident Evil. Those Dobermans from Resident Evil. Oh, doggy's getting in trouble. No, don't do that. I accidentally made my chat do something weird. Oh, stop. Go back. Yeah, there we go. My first crush, actor crush, as a kid was Mel Gibson. My dad, you know, being kind of a tomboy, my dad was really into, you know, my dad really liked action comedy type movies. But yeah, you know, like the action movies, and I was one of the only people who would watch them with him. So like, I love Braveheart, except for the end. I love Maverick. I love Payback is my most favorite movie ever. Like that's my favorite movie of all time. Payback, Mel Gibson, which most people have never heard of. And Braveheart's probably my second. Fat Man? Let me look it up. Sometimes I'm really bad with names of things. I don't think so. Who is this? Oh, this is a new movie? It's one word, Fat Man. A rowdy, unorthodox Santa Claus is fighting to save his declining business. Meanwhile, Billy, a negative and precocious 12-year-old, hires a hitman. So what, kill Santa? He's just trying to make a living. Interesting. No, I haven't. What kind of movie is it? It's got some mixed ratings for sure. This is another one. Is that the one you're talking about? Oh, apparently Fat Man was also a nuclear weapon. Check it out. Although the last recommendation I got online, got from one of my fans, one of my followers, made me so freaking angry. It's the one that Antonio suggested. Ghost and Rider. I posted something about like I'm not watching it if the dog dies, and he was like, "Hey, watch this movie where like 8 dogs go missing and the handler dies. Oh, and another handler loses his job and abandons his pack." And I'm just like, what the heck is this? Y'all, it is puppy season at my house. Just saying. Harsh movie. Hey puppies, what y'all doing? These puppies are almost ready to start going home. They were 6 weeks old. Gonna give them their shots. I'm gonna give them to them at about 6.5 weeks old. Give them their first vaccinations. We have a lot of dogs come here, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. And actually, I was talking to somebody today who's really interested in one. And he seemed promising. Because, I need to be more scrutinish. How do we say it? Like I need to scrutinize more when it comes to picking. Oh, yeah. These are just sled dogs. So, that's the issue too. Well, the other litter were Oskies. But they're both working breeds. They're both like high energy, so that's another thing. It's like, try to find active owners or people who are going to work them. So I guess that's active. And not just someone who's looking for a lap dog, because that's not what these dogs are. Dog hair. You can see it. It's like Legends, one of our livestock guardian dogs. Super long. Someone's crying. I'm probably bored. I feel bad. But we gotta get this fence fixed. And when we get the fence fixed, it's basically like, it's like a 1/4 acre that we have fenced, or we had fenced, so we can let them, and they can like get to full speed and run, play. And so we're trying to get that back up together, and that way they can get out there and play and run around and burn off some energy whenever we have a busy day. But in the meantime, we can't, most of them we can't have just out. It just makes me too nervous. Some of them don't have very good recalls yet, especially the sled dogs, because all I do is with them mostly, as far as training goes, is sled smushing. So I guess, yeah. So, I mean, I guess I do like work on a leash, like walk calmly, don't pull on the leash. Like when you're collared, you walk calmly, and then when you have the harness on is when you pull on command. And then I do teach like to go to their crate, or to go to the place like they have a bunch of cots or dog beds, so go to that on command. Because if I'm like trying to sweep or cook or something, and I have a couple of loose, then yeah, I don't want to be like walking through a landmine of puppies or dogs, I should say. Try not to step on one. But yeah. So yeah, some of them I haven't really done any. I mean, I can take them on off-leash hikes, and when they'll sit together, stay, when I come and I call them, but not like, come to me, sit, heel, any of that sort of stuff. I hadn't done stuff like that. And then if we're busy trying to do stuff, and they're wandering around, you know, with that crazy person living so close by, I'm not going to risk it. So, and that can also get them starting with like habits I don't want them to start. They start wandering too far from the house. Not on the trails. I was glad when the fence is done. And we're gonna raise the fence in our front yard up higher. So some of ours can jump out. Like Rolo and Gita can pretty much jump out at anything or climb out. Others can't so much, but it's only 4 foot tall in the front. We want to get it to at least 6 foot. So that's something else we're gonna work on. And that way, like if I wanted to have the doors open, I don't have to worry that somebody like get out because they saw a squirrel or something. Hey, you two. Knock it off. That's Prince and Vince, 2 dogs that were boarding. It's the older dog telling the younger dog that, you know, to stop doing whatever. He's probably just pestering him. And he's probably telling him to quit it. Probably. I need to make a website for my doggies so that way that'll make the vetting process much quicker. I had a website and I paid a guy to like make it better, and then he pretty much took my money. And it just made like a garbage site, made one of those like cookie cutter wiki type sites or whatever, and I'm just like, you didn't do this work. This is a template. Like, I could have done this, and it probably looked better. Yeah, so, oh, now we got too much stuff going on. Find somebody else. I also been thinking about hiring a ghostwriter. Are you making your own website for web? I'm really bad. I can't sit at a computer and do something unless it's a video game. Like, normally I have like 200 tabs open because I get so distracted. Yeah, I was thinking about hiring. Oh, for dog training? Yeah, it definitely helps you look more professional. I have a Facebook page for dog training. I never use it. Occasionally I have a client. Most of my clients as far as dog training come from word of mouth. I've actually backed off on taking in clients because I'm learning a whole new method for dog training through Tony Nila. If you want to look him up, he's on Facebook. So how would you say it? He's coaching me? I call him my mentor. He's training me to be a trainer for a different kind of dog training, it's like a whole different psychology. I don't know if that's the right term. Just a whole different way of looking at dog training and how you interact with dogs and stuff. And so far, I'm like really blown away. You should check him out, Salt Blade. Look up Tony Nila, Nile, Nila. Double check. Let's see, Tony. Yeah, Tony Nila, dog trainer. Uh, he used to have a business called Grumpy Puppy for dog training, but then he found this different way of training and like learn through a whole new person all these techniques. So oh, okay, I'll do that later. Sorry. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. He's pretty cool. Cool, yeah. He has a Facebook group. Let me see if I can find. Maybe this leads. Did you go to his canine behavioralist Tony Neela page? Does this have his? He has a Facebook group. It's mostly wolf dogs in the Facebook group and a community of people answering questions and stuff. And that's where I was recommended him by somebody else, and then I threw a couple questions in there when I got Lex and Garen, and I was really impressed with his answers. And he, despite like, being a professional, usually you would like book a call and pay for a call to get advice. He actually gave me lots of advice. I think just because of the circumstance, like for free. So it's just like, obviously he's passionate about what he's doing. And it's not just about money. But of course, you gotta pay your bills too. So I am paying now for his private training stuff. But yeah. And yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to LA. It's just, I was looking at like the cost just for, because I'd have to be there for a week. So I'd have to have a place for a week. I'd have to have a rental car so I can get, to where I need to go. And then I'd have to fly there or somehow get there. Maybe a train. I heard trains are pretty cheap. And so it's just like the cost of all of that, it's like $2,000 or something. It's crazy. So, and because the cost of living over there is a lot. Maybe it's not crazy to you guys. I don't know. I'm in Alabama, one of the cheapest states to live in. So, yeah. So, the price in comparison and not, being used to paying much cheaper for stuff and thinking that's expensive is definitely pretty big. So yeah, but I am gonna go. Yeah, and then man, life happens. Like stuff keeps happening. Our car's still broken. I'm seriously debating on financing a new car. I just gotta make sure I can. But I'm really tempted because it's like I need a car. Right now we're just driving the truck, and the amount of money I'm putting into that gas tank is like a whole car payment. So yeah, I'm really tempted. And I travel a lot, so like if I could just get like a good car, has room for dogs, that I can that gets good gas mileage, that'd be great. That's what I need. I need to look around. I probably just need a new car. My car is like, it's in 2010. So it's 12 years old. So, I'm gonna need a new car. And like just retire that one or use that one as a backup for the kids to learn how to drive in. But I'm gonna go see Augusto in Atlanta on the 18th. Probably hang out. I know Jordan wants to. Sorry. Don't mean to talk with food in my mouth. Ah! Ah! Oh my god, can I spell? There we go. No, I can't spell. Sorry. I almost have enough money. I have enough money, but I don't have enough money. I have enough money if I don't fix my car, if I don't buy the stuff I need for the fencing. And it's like, I don't have a fencing for my chickens and my ducks. Like, so they're stuck in this little pen. I can let my ducks out. My ducks will go back to bed, but my chickens are still young. And when I let them out without, like, an enclosure, they ran, like, one of them ran straight for one of my dogs that I know would just chomp its head off, like. And I'm just like, what are you doing? And then, like, it was a nightmare. I had to get my Aussie to help round them up, and it was just, like, a nightmare. And it's like, I'm not doing this again until I have a fence, so. They've been cooped up. Which is, you know, last night it was freezing. So, they would have had to been cooped anyways. Yeah. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, I'm trying to see his schedule without texting him and asking. He probably would say I need to look. If I said, hey, what days are you doing this? Let's see, let's go here. Where do we look at the schedule? I'm on his website. Oh, what is it? Oh, on sale, my bad. I'm gonna sneeze. Just the 18th? I ask him. I will have to ask him. How long is he gonna be? It's on Saturday. I'll probably go up there Friday when my husband gets off work. And my daughter's gonna come take care of the dogs, my daughter and my dad. 17, 18. Because then he'll be flying back. Today. I wonder if he's doing. Let's just ask. I'll just ask Jordan. Because Augusta's probably busy. Let me see. Okay, wait. Huh, I wonder what he's doing on the 19th. Or on the 17th. No, because he's got to work. Or he probably has private classes. Let me see. Private training. When available. So, I gotta ask him. He only has the 18th booked for. I'll ask him. I can't text him right now because. Oh, I can message him on Instagram. I'll probably just message Jordan because he was working today. Puppies, what are y'all doing? They're like killing each other. They're at that fun stage. They're at the. Oh, y'all want to see a puppy? They're probably dirty because I just fed them before I started. That's why they're all playful now. Well, they slept and then they're still eating raw food. I won't switch them until they're about 7 weeks old to kibble. I start to like switch from raw to kibble. So It's like turkey, and I put goat's milk in it, and then some vitamins. If I'm worming them, 'cause I worm them every 2 weeks. We live on a farm. Yes, you would see puppies. Oh God, what do I want to get? But yeah, so they're probably like dirty from their meal. Let me see. I'm just gonna see who comes to me, okay? Let me sneak over there and grab a puppy. I'll be right back. They're 6 weeks old. I checked my calendar. 6 weeks old. Because I think in 2 or 3 days I'm giving them their puppy shots. Let me see who I can grab. I broke so many hearts because I didn't pick them. Oh my god. Okay. You're not even doing anything. Okay. Darling, hush. You hear all them crying because I didn't pick them. She doesn't even. This is the only girl out of the litter. Oh my god. What are you doing? The rest are all boys. Yeah. Look at this tail. They have the longest tails. Oh god. I know. You're headbutting me though. In fact, while I have you, I'm gonna cut your nails though. See, let's show them your eyes. Okay. Look. Okay. I don't think I can show you. Ah. She has like one blue eye and then like a hazel with some blue in it. So I'm too excited. I'm gonna cut her nails real quick. Yeah, this is the only girl. And people have been fighting over her. Oh my gosh. When they see her when I do like puppy pictures and they see her in the background, I'm like, oh, who's getting that one? I'm like, oh man, she was gone before she was born. I want to cut your nails, but you can't be silly. I gotta cut your nails. You know, let me cut your nails. You're gonna be silly. Yeah, she's got like food all over her feet though. Cause I stand in it. I get so excited. Look how cute she is. Look at this cute girl. She's so light. She's so light. Okay. I'm probably making you more excited. I hope it is. Are we done? She wants to get down, Ryan. Hi. You can calm down. Yeah. There we go. Y'all want to name her? We gave her her whelping name. Her owners haven't named her yet. I think I've just been calling her little girl or the Merle one. Oh, there's only 2 Merles. Let's not bite. Ah! You're biting me. You can't bite me. So one way to help teach them not to bite people. Okay. Can I cut your nails? Hold up, we got the zoomies out, or you still have a little zoomies left? That's a lot better. What about this one? You have like something stuck on your toe. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I cut the rest of your toenails? Oh, good, sweet kisses. Ow! Are you done? Are you done with your zoomies? Let me cut these other ones real quick. Oh, I know. One more tail. Let's see how your dew claws look. I think they're fine. Mostly just cut their front nails. We're working on not jumping up on us whenever I go and spend time with them. But they're still puppies, they get excited. So they jump and they scratch. So, and then also just like she's got like food right there on her paw. It's dry too. I don't know what I was saying. Something about puppies and jumping. But yeah, we're teaching them to not jump whenever we go and play with them. And just to be calmer. Oh, your back's bothering you. I hope it feels better. Do you like... I guess you hurt it somehow, or is it just a chronic thing? Let's see. There we go. Now that she's calm, she's got her little zooms out. Her little... She chose me. I almost didn't pick her. Yeah, you tell her eyes like hazel. They're cute. So she's got two different color eyes. This one's blue. Okay. Just wants to cuddle. Alrighty. Look how big. So big already. Yeah, so big. Oh, and they got the longest tails. Look at this tail. Look how long this tail is. It'll curl up. It'll curl up as she gets a little older. Look at that tail. So freaking long. But she is a sled dog. I have Australian Shepherd in my sled dogs. Partly for the Merle, but partly for them to be able to handle warmer clients, a little bit more easy to train. Ow! Ow! You see how receptive she is? Receptive. Okay, now she's ready to go again. Are you ready to go play? Got a big fat belly though. They ate earlier. There's gonna be a big fat mess later for me. We do potty training on artificial turf. In fact, some of them are actually going potty right now. So maybe she has to go, especially after all that excitement. So I'm gonna go put her back real quick. Don't want me to grab another one? None of them. No others look like her though. But yeah, the other reason we use Aussies is trainability. More eager to please. They don't want to try to escape everything. Whereas most sled dogs are just like escape artists. They just want to run. They think it's a game. They're a little more stubborn. She's got a shorter coat. That's actually not even from. That's actually from. Not from me. From the Husky side or the Aussie side. This line has, oh dang it, I forgot. It has in the one of the grandparents from the stud is some kind of hunting dog. I don't think it's a GSP. Some kind of hunting dog that is short coated, and so we like the shorter coats too because they can handle the heat better. We're getting more mushers in Alabama. So exciting. Hopefully we'll have a competition in Alabama and I don't have to go all the way to Tennessee or Georgia. Because Georgia's kind of weird. They're like, most of the tournaments you have to live in Georgia to compete, so it's really irritating. Tennessee is better though. They don't care. They'll look at just waffers. Okay. Let me go put her down in case she's got to go potty. Here is what most of them look like. He's got that tail going. He is more fluffy, so he didn't get the short coat. He probably got more of a husky, Aussie. Look at that tail. If it stayed straight, that would actually be like a pain, because then as they get bigger, it would become a weapon. But because it curls, when they get really waggy, it's not hitting everything like it would if it was straight. Why are your paws wet? Do you put your paws in the water? Your paws are really wet. Oh, this one's the blue-eyed one. I don't know if you can see. He has blue eyes. Oh, blue eyes. Prince! Quiet, buddy. Look at him. Oh, so this eye has a little bit of brown in it. I know, buds. I know. He likes to watch. This is my watcher. He'll sit in the corner and just like watch everybody. He plays and stuff like. It's not like he's shy or anything, but he really does like. I can see him like thinking and learning just from watching. He probably would actually make like a really good family dog. He's really calm. He could probably be a service dog, but you know he's only like 5-6 weeks old, 5.5, 6 weeks old. So that's way too early to know. But yeah, you see like how quick he calmed down. He's doing with his head. You got food all over your face though. You can see. You can't see. He's got like food all right here. Yeah, look at that, buddies. Look at that, buddies. Him looking at me. Yeah. He doesn't have a home yet. I haven't really posted him. I might do a co-own with him. I want to see his personality more over the next week. Look at buddies. Look how calm he is. He's still wagging his tail though. I like his color pattern too. It's such a big difference, right? Which that last one, she was the only female. We had 9, and they're all boys except for that last one. He's so chill. Look at him looking at me. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, buddy, look at him looking at me. Yeah, that's what he's just. What you thinking? Are you thinking stuff? Yeah. Really calm. Y'all have any questions? His dad is a stud, or their dad is a stud from Alaska. We did AI, artificial insemination. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm breathing in his eye. He's like blinking his eye. And I was like, what are you doing? I realized like I'm breathing and it's like I'm blowing in his eyeball. Oh, you cut your nails. This is something I work with him on. tired too. Maybe he didn't get a full nap. Why are your feet wet? Good boy. Good boy. So you can see his coat more. I hear dogs are getting in trouble. Look how fluffy he is. You can see his tail's already starting to curl. Wow. He's a lover. Look at him. He's a lover. This is the hard part, y'all. This is the worst part about breeding, I swear. Is like when you have to send them home to their new homes and you're just like, Prince, chill. Prince has been barking at the puppies a lot. We have a retriever kennel in the dining room. Oh, where my son? Hey! Where my son is coming back. Prince. You getting everybody all riled up. He's a mellow now. Let me see. Hey, what are you barking at? What are you barking at? Huh? There's nothing to bark at. Now need more water? Let me get you some more water. I know it. Gotta be my son's coming back. Kratos, what are you barking at? Oh, something's outside. Hey, you two, knock it off. Prince. I don't know. It's a different dog barking. Fun times. This is like also what sucks about boarding other people's dogs is they teach. Is he falling asleep? What are you doing? You're falling asleep, buddy. Is that why you're just sleepy? You're just sleepy? You want to lay down? Put him back. Prince! They teach my dogs bad stuff. Yeah. He's tired. Look at him. He's trying to fall asleep right now. Prince! Enough! Nope. I don't know what the owners do when he barks, or if he does bark with them. It could be he's barking because he's here. Prince, knock it off. Dogs outside are barking now. It could be that my son and my brother, who's close to the same age, are out there playing. He's gonna go to sleep. So cute. But yeah, that's the worst part about breeding is like, you spend so much time with them, you know, and then you do your best to find good homes, and then you worry if it was the right home. That's why that other person, when there's all those warning signs, I was like, okay, forget about it. Yeah, he's sleepy. Look at him. Who can fall asleep like that? So cute. Yeah, so cute. Alright, I'm gonna put you back because you're just going to sleep. Oh. Yeah, it's a cutie. Jeremy, did you just join in? This is one of my sled dog puppies. So bringing everybody to show him. And he's trying to fall asleep on us. These are going to be some big pups. He's only, I think they're 6 weeks old. I gotta double check my calendar. But he actually has blue eyes. He's got the husky blue eyes. He's got a little bit of Australian Shepherd in him. But yeah, he's just falling asleep. He's one of the only fluffy ones that I have. Most of them are short-coated. What, buddy? I don't know if you can tell. He watches. I really like him. I'm really interested with him because he he plays with everybody and all, but he does a lot of watching other dogs, or what's going on. Really observant. So, do the puppies have a bedtime too? I don't really have like a routine for them, aside from, and it's not even a strict routine. Like I do puppy weights, and I have puppy obstacle course, and we probably won't be doing much obstacle course because I'm boarding a handful of dogs right now, and so probably won't do it for today and tomorrow until 3 of the dogs go home tomorrow, and then we'll probably continue. Yeah, he's a little cutie. Did you just show up? We had a Merle one. You see him looking at me? His only sister. He has blue eyes. You can't hardly tell. Papa, you see him look up? Do you want to get down? You look like you want to get down now. Yeah. Yeah, they just had it's probably been about an hour now. They had their puppy mush, which I start them on raw. They start off eating, the first thing they eat that's not mom's milk is goat's milk. And usually because I put the dewormer in that to mask the flavor. Look how fluffy this one is. And then we go to turkey, to ground turkey. And I'll sprinkle a little bit of calcium in it. And then, so for the first week, we'll do mostly just turkey, and towards the end, I'll add some other new, maybe a little bit of ground beef in there. And then we start adding different meats, and then I put a couple raw chicken wings in, or drumsticks, and then what they don't eat, mom eats. And then also mom will start regurgitating food for them, which is completely natural. Is what they do in the wild. And so then they start eating what mom throws up for them also. And then with my program, at about 7 weeks old, I start switching them to kibble, because almost all the homes that they go to, they'll be eating kibble. So I just want to start them off right, and then I transition them over. And are you biting my pants? I probably have food on my pants. Oh, okay, so it was nasty food. It was had a yucky cough sound. Hi, buddies. You ready to get down? You're not going to walk around the couch because you got puppy mush and your paws are wet. You got puppy food all over you. But yeah, I've been considering changing up my program to where they don't go home at 8 weeks and keeping them to 10 or 11 weeks old. And then I can do some more hands-on work with them as far as crate training, potty training, maybe some leash work. Just so that it's easier when they do go home. It'll be easier. Look at this freaking tail though. This litter has the longest tail. All of them have wait, look how long this tail is. It'll curl up. See how it's trying to curl now? It'll curl up as he gets a little older. Um, he's giving me kisses. He's so affectionate. Oh gosh. See, this is why this one doesn't have a home yet. Look at him. He's licking me. He's like giving me long licks. Dang it. Don't fall in love. Oh man. I might co-own him and just see how he develops in the next 2 years and add him to the program. Yeah, I actually have. It's puppy season. That's all what I'm going to say. We have a couple planned litters, so I know some other people have had some accidents. Yeah, he's just giving me his long lips. Still, one of the dogs that we bred, I didn't think it was going to take because it was her second heat. It was going to be her first litter, and her heat just didn't. I thought we missed it, and I was debating on not breeding her, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a shot. We'll see what happens. I was expecting first litter 3 to 5 puppies. Maybe she's smaller. She's one of our smaller huskies. One of our smaller sled dogs, and no, she had 5. So she had 5, and my other dog had 7, and then this litter had 9, and then we have another litter. We have, yeah, one of my other ones. So, and we didn't expect that many with this one either. 9 is a lot. So all of them have homes lined up, except I've been reserved this one, and then two of them are going to co-owns because they actually came out with pieball coat pattern, which is super rare for huskies. And I'm not big on breeding for looks alone. So, I think genetics and health, temperament, all that structure, all that stuff comes first. And then, if you get a great looking coat on top of that, So, the 2 that are pieball, they're in co-owns, and I'm going to see what happens over the next 2 years. And if everything looks good, then maybe I'll add them to the program. What? You want to name him? I haven't named any of these guys. I haven't given them a puppy. They're whelping names. Normally I do, but I've just been so busy. Spoiled rotten. He's just a lover. I did name one. There's another one who has... his markings came out more like a... what am I thinking? Burmese mountain dog. He has like the white, and it goes up to his forehead. But he has black over both eyes. And it just goes black all the way back. So he looks like a Burmese mountain dog to me. But I actually named him after Enzo, that dog that was tased to death. In honor of Enzo. So that's the only one. I think 2 of them, their future homes have already named them. I gotta look at my records or my text messages on them. They're just huskies. They're sled dogs. All my line have Australian Shepherd in them because where we live it's hot, and we're trying to get dryland mushing more competitive here in Alabama, so we don't have to go compete in other states. And we had our first official race, and I couldn't even go. I couldn't even go to it. But we had our first official race in early January, so that was exciting. There wasn't that many people, but still, it's a start. Um, and then, so he still has an Alaskan Husky, Siberian Husky, Malamute, which, yeah. And then Australian Shepherd. And what am I forgetting? He's got some gun dog in him. And I'm missing something. Chinook. Just a little bit. And this is just like so basically you just sled dog. It's not like a registered official breed. It's just and he may have some Great Pyrenees in him. I gotta check his line, and he may have some wolf in him. Like it would be very small, like micro wolf. I gotta check the embark on the stud. But yeah. In the sled dog world, they use wolf dogs, like lower percentage wolf dogs. They've used Great Pyrenees. They've used they use a lot of hunting dogs for their sled teams. So hey, I'm boarding a lot of dogs, and they are barkers. So sorry about that. So yeah. So yeah, if you just look up like sled dogs, if you look up Alaskan Husky, you'll see pretty much what we've got here. What, Bubby? He's starting to moan. Do you need to go to bed? Yeah. Alright, let me go put him up. He's starting to whine a little bit. You know, they're barking. I know, you're not used to so much barking. Oh. Okay. This is Enzo. He has the most food on him right now. Look at his tail go, though. He has got the most. Okay, so see the difference? Oh, he is filthy. Alright, we're gonna get baths. Probably not tonight. Maybe, well, he is pretty dirty. Let's see if y'all can see this. Pause. What's this dog's name? Prince. Look at this guy. So this one I named Enzo after the husky that was tased to death. If y'all have heard about that. So he has blue eyes too. Well, he has. Oh, are they changing? You have hazel eyes. Do you? I can't tell. Or you have both. I know. He's much smaller. I think he just looks smaller because I gotta weigh him. Because he's not as fluffy. He has another fluffy one. Look at how cute he is. He has a lot more Siberian Australian Shepherd look to him overall, at least as far as coat pattern. That doesn't mean that his body shape does. Yeah, look at his freaking tail though. Ah, Prince! Enough! That's one of the dogs we're boarding. He's actually a puppy. He's like 10 months old. Oh, he's about the same age as Ryu. And I'm going to ask the owner if it's okay if I get a picture of him with Ryu. Because this Malinois, he's a Malinois puppy. He's about 10 months old. And he's like as big as Ryu. But I haven't seen them next to each other, so I don't know for sure. But I'm going to see. If I can, I'll share it on Instagram if she's okay with that. I know. Look how how attentive they are, though. Oh, they're cuties. Like, they're really, like... Okay. He's, like, complaining. He's like, you keep moving me around. What do you want to do? A lot of, Alaskan Huskies are more of a brownish, not sable, agouti, however you pronounce that, coat pattern. So I think these guys' coat pattern is really influenced by the Australian Shepherd in them. Hush. Hush. What's the bark? So my livestock guarding dogs are outside right now, and they're barking at who knows what shadows. And he just like wants to help them out. Oh, let's cut these nails while I've got you. Look at it. He's so freaking cute. Don't he look kind of like a Burmese mountain dog? This dog, Prince-O, we've been boarding since he's been 4 months old. And he recently, like the last 2 times, he's gotten really reactive. I don't know if it's just breed or hormones, like go into the fear period. I know, buddies. These are all boys except for one. 9 puppies, only one's a girl. He has a home lined up. All of them have homes except one. Yeah, let me double check. One that I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Okay, let me cut your nails. You've got so much stuff on your foot, though. It's getting more squirrely. What? What are you smelling? I do have chips over here. Don't let me have it. I'm debating on adding another dog to the pack. We're supposed to get another German Shepherd for Vivian, to pair with Vivian. So that will happen probably sometime this year. It'll be probably a puppy. It's easier to add a male puppy to my pack than it is an adult male. Because of my boys' hierarchy thing. I just don't want there to be an issue. Like, I make it sound like it's going to be really bad. I have boy dogs come here all the time. But it's just easier to either add an adult female or just add a puppy, and then a puppy will just grow up being... Because I like Kratos and Rolo being the lead, head of the pack. They're both really well balanced and all that. So I don't want to bring in another dog that could create issues, if you know what I mean. Especially if it's older, I don't know. Hey, buddy, wait. Let me get this nail real quick. You don't want me to cut this nail? And I think I was up too high. Good boy. This is something I work with them on. You can't really see what I'm doing. What, like nail trimming and playing with their feet? And I need to wash his feet really bad. You have like all kinds of food. Your mama will actually probably come clean all this up. But this smells kind of short. Okay, buddies. Your dew claw looks good. A lot of breeders don't breed in the winter, too. But we're so far south. And I like breeding more in the winter just because I don't like being outside in the cold. Either I'm competing or, like, training, which is, like, usually early in the morning or late at night. Or otherwise I'm just, like, in the house. And so I can spend a lot of time with him. He's like, I don't know if you hear him. He's super moany. Ooh, so funny. He's like a little piggy. Oh, is that the spot? Is that the spot? Can y'all hear him? I don't know. Y'all like seeing the puppies? I mean, whenever I have litters, I can show y'all. Every time I touch him, he moans. Let's see. Get him close. Okay. I can't get him close. I have to pick it up. It's like, why'd you stop? See his temperament, though. You need a bath, really. I might just bathe him tonight, and then I'll bathe the other ones in the morning. I'll probably feed them all again, and then bathe them afterwards. He looks like he's gonna have down ears, so. And not ones that stand. Hey, I could be wrong. They could stand. But they look like they're really gonna be down. They're really big. Do an embark test. That'll tell me. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. God, yeah, he's got some big ears. So that's probably from a hunting dog side. Looks like he's grinning. Alrighty. I'm gonna put him up. You hear that all their hearts are broken. He was dirty. I had to go to my bath. And I gotta clean up. I gotta mop in there and stuff. I probably gave him too much food. They still have some left. Usually their mama will just eat it. Too. Okay. Weird. Reeve's doing really good. He did something yesterday that stood out, and I wanted to just tell a story, and I can't even remember. Oh, what did he do? He's right. He's actually right over here. He's in the crate right now. A couple dogs are outside. He's still a wild, like not a wild child, but like he's a big puppy, and he still needs to learn some boundaries, especially when he gets excited. And that's another thing is, yeah, we didn't do anything today, really. I'll probably take him in the front and have him and Garen run around and play. All right, have a good night. Yeah. And he might be starting to go through puberty. But I'll probably put him and Garen in the front and let them, like, or Kindred, probably all three of them, let them, like, burn off a little bit of energy before bed. Because they're, like, the youngest ones. Oh, Kindred this morning. I didn't have my phone with me. Hold on. Let me prepare for this story. really tired. My throat's starting to go. So if you don't know, for one, Kindred is a lichen shepherd. She looks just like Vivian, except now she's like 2 months younger than Vivian. Vivian's almost a year old. She's getting really close to a year. And so that's why we're looking, we're probably getting a puppy, and by the time the puppy is like old enough and can pass this test and stuff, Vivi will be ready to be bred as well. And all we have to do is wait for her, make sure all her bones are fused and stuff. But so Kindred is a lichen shepherd. She's actually full-blooded sister to Winter and Toki, and not Toki, yeah, to Toki and Ukula and Ragnar. To Free Warden, she just left. That's Ragnar is her dog. So if y'all not subscribed, go check her out. You can see Kindred's brother living on a farm. Sorry. My throat's giving out on me. No, just hold on a little longer. Okay. Oh, you good. He has played. He ate. He had water. He used the bathroom. Like, I did everything. And, yeah. My livestock guardian dogs are barking outside, too, which is, like, getting everybody riled up. Could be a raccoon or something. I'm like, wait. Did I shut my coop? Yeah. Okay. Kindred. We have a joke that she is a cat, bear, dog. So a cat, a bear, and a dog. Not a wolf dog. She's a cat, bear, dog. Because if you're like dragging a leash, a cord, a hose, anything like that looks like a string, she cannot help herself. She has to go for it. Has to. Like, she could be eating like her favorite food, and you just like drag something just slowly past her. She pounces it. It's so funny. And then she does something else that's kind of, she rolls balls around. She bats at them. I don't think I caught that on video. I think I caught her pouncing on a rope or something. Anyhow, so the other thing she likes to do is she'll hide behind stuff and she'll jump out at other dogs. Like cats, cats do that. So poor Garen. Garen was the last dog that we were letting out this morning to use the bathroom. So Garen had to go. And so he's like finding his perfect spot to use the bathroom. And I have Kindred out there. And Kindred is like hiding. We have like a dog house. The dogs don't stay out in the front, but we have a spare dog house, so we have it there. I mean, like, they'll stay out like maybe for a couple hours. Some dogs will stay in the front, like while I'm cooking something, or so they can burn up a little bit of energy or something. They don't live out there, like. So the dog house is just there, just so it's being used. It's kind of. We had 3 of them. There's actually 2 more that are like just not being used at all. Because the dogs sleep inside. But so yeah, like she'll go in the dog house. And Garen, because Garen, he's taking forever to pick where he's going to use the bathroom. So, and you just see her, like her little face and her paws, and you can kind of like see she's doing that, like, I'm getting ready to pounce. That straight up cat movement. That Garen will walk by and then she'll jump out and attack him. And at first he's like being all playful with her. And then he's got to use the bathroom. So he goes to like squat. And so she jumps on him, and then he's just like, it's like irritating. He kind of like shows his teeth a little bit, and then he like stops and he like runs off some. And so she's trying to attack him, and then she stops and she like crouches down as if she's hiding behind something, but there's nothing there. And he's looking at her, and he's still like trying to find a new spot to go. And he's like side eye looking at her. and she's like getting ready to pounce, and then she like charges after. And, oh my gosh, I wish I caught that on camera. It was so cute, so funny. And she just kept doing it and doing it until he like got pissed off, and I was like, all right, leave him alone, leave the poor boy alone. And I like brought her inside, that way he could use the bathroom in peace. He actually even went to the gate and like put his paws on the gate, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't learn how to jump the fence. Like, we don't need that. So, because he's still young. And so it's like, all right, Kindred, you need to go inside so Karen can use the bathroom in peace. So yeah, Garen's doing really good. I still can't pet him really. I can't like just go up and pet him. He don't like it. He shies away and stuff. But he will come up to me. He bit me the other day. Oh, it's pretty much gone now. Let me see. I think I posted it somewhere. Where's my camera? Ah, you can't see because my angle of my thumb. There we go. See that red mark? So, he bit me. It's not that bad. It's not the way it sounds. Hey, Tim. You're just coming in and I'm talking about how Garen, the 85% wolf dog, bit me. So what had happened was I was holding some food to hand to him. And so when I went to give it to him, he's really bad about snatching, and it's my fault. Usually I use tongs, and I think I was just in a hurry. So I went to give it to him, and when he went to grab it, he actually grabbed my thumb with it, and he went to take off with the food, and so he actually drugged me down. And so I messed up my shin really bad. And in my head, I'm just like, well, my thumb's gone. That's it. Like, no more thumb. It's just gone. Like, because, you know, I see him, like, break bones in half all the time. Of course, he's using the back of his teeth, but in my mind, in that second, I'm just like, goodbye, thumb. And, you know, when I fell forward, he freaked out then, and he let go, and he was like, what the heck? You know, what are you doing, crazy person? Why are you lunging at me? Probably what he's thinking. And so I'm all like, Karen, you know, like, oh my gosh, you know. And I had my thumb still, so I was like, oh, my thumb's still there, and there's not blood. So I'm like, well, it's broken. It's totally broken. And it's like throbbing right away, so I gotta like run it under cold water for like 10 minutes. My husband comes in, and I'm like, hey, I'm hurt. You know, I might have to go to the emergency room. And he's like, oh my God, what happened? And so I told him, and then I look at it, and I'm just like, well, I can move it. It's just throbbing. And it had like 2 little punctures, but it wasn't even bleeding. They just like this, like almost like it was like scraped, and the skin turned a little red. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just wait, you know, see what happens. I can move everything. And it just like ended up like swelling really bad. And that was it. I couldn't grip anything. And it really didn't even hurt that much unless I was like trying to like, you know, if I was holding this bottle. Like I couldn't open this because I'd have to like grip. I couldn't open it. So, yeah. I'm glad he didn't bite my thumb off. But yeah, that's something we gotta work on. And if y'all seen the video, yeah. Have you seen that? I think it's from 6 weeks of starving, of, you know, living outside and eating whatever he could eat to survive. I think that's what it's from. Him and Lux are really bad about like they still will try to eat their food as fast as possible. They still, you know, will try to like snatch their food and run for their lives, like, you know, like they have to, or otherwise they'll never eat again. Like they still have those kind of tendencies. Even Violet, who we've had for a year, the dog that was shot by her owner, even she has like some like personality quirks from her past. So I'm shadowing, or I'm studying under a new trainer who's a behavioralist, and I'm hoping that I can learn more about that sort of stuff. It's to help rehabilitate the dogs, the wolf dogs and the dogs, and to like get them out of that like mindset, or at least help them to at least reduce it. Garen though, Lex is getting fine after the tornado. Lex has really started to turn around. We had the tornado come through, and we pretty much had to chase her in the house because she does not like to come in the house. Or she'll come inside if we leave the door open, but she'll panic out of nowhere and just like run outside and hide. And I've actually noticed she's actually more afraid of me than my husband. Garen is more afraid of my husband than me, but she's more afraid of me than my husband, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, was there a female who was mistreating her where she was before, and that's why she's more afraid of me? Because she was worse off when we got her than Garen was. But sorry about the flies. If you notice flies, it was really nice. We had our door open, and right now we have our chickens and our ducks really close to our door. But it's been raining a lot, so it's super muddy, and I don't have a pen for them to like go in, so like all their mess is staying in the same area, and it's just like, it's been so warm, and so it's just making flies and stuff. So I have a lot of projects I gotta handle, and now it's just like, man, it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. I really just want to open up the doors and windows. Is that just going to be more flies and possibly other bugs? We have a giant moth in here too somewhere. But yeah, country living. I had some of those last year when I made the mistake of I knew better not to put the chickens next to the door, next to the house. They're not even next to the door, but they're pretty close to the windows. But I've used those sticky traps before, and I've like forgot where they were, like they're hanging too low, and like bumped my head in and got my hair caught in them. Or they'll get stuck, like the wind will blow and get stuck to the wall. And we live in a mobile home. I keep calling it a trailer. We live in a mobile home. This is like paper wall, So it peels really easy. Like, look at this. Oh, there's a huge mess over here. Excuse the mess. Look at that. Is where the paper got torn off. That's a box. We let the dogs tear up a box earlier. I hid some treats in there. Not treats, but like some food for them, because we didn't do much today. And I let them like tear up the box and like find the food, since we didn't. We did a lot today. The dogs didn't do a lot today. We've been spending most of the day trying to fix our fencing, so that way they can have their dog yard again. It's about a 1/4 acre, where they can like run, really like get full speed and play and stuff. It's kind of like a mini dog park. But because of the tornado, a lot of the fencing was destroyed, and so we have to like repair it. And we're trying to actually do it better than it was before. We started just patching it, and then we decided, like, let's just make it even better. The dogs are, and then it's like, on nice days, it's like, oh, I could take the dogs hiking. Loop my hair. I could take the dogs hiking, and they can have a good time, burn off some energy. But at the same time, I'm like, or I could be getting the fencing done. And so that way on days like if I'm sick, or I got a busy day with clients or something, they can run around the backyard and like burn off some energy, And so it's just like, what? Yeah. So, and then you get that dog that I don't know if you can hear. That one is our dog. That's Freya. That's Freya. Freya is the mother of the puppy on the profile picture. That was her first litter. And we almost didn't breed her because she's really small. But she did have parvo as a puppy. Her and her brother both got parvo despite being vaccinated, which can happen. Bane's yard is 37 by 65. Ours is 100. it's 100 down, and then it was I feel like it's more than 100. I think it's like 150 across, but it's kind of like a triangle. So like that side is like, this side is 100 down, this side is more like 75 down. Those aren't that, well, one of those is our dogs. If I can, I'm learning their parts. We have a new dog named, I keep calling her Bailey. Her name is not Bailey. We board a dog that looks like her named Bailey. Ginger. Ginger is a really bad barker. The other two barking are dogs for boarding. They're barking at each other probably. So yeah, anyhow, but we also want to extend the dog yard all the way down the property to so it would be, they would almost have half an acre if we do it. Instead of a quarter acre, it'd be almost a half an acre. We want to extend it all the way down, so that's probably 200 feet. I'm really bad at this stuff. I think it's right. Yeah, hey, let's not get all riled up, okay? Oh, dogs, my livestock guardian dogs are barking at something outside. My son is out there playing with my brother, who's close in age. My dad had an accident. They had a surprise much later on in life. Much later on in life. I'm 38, so, and I have how is he, like a 10-year-old brother. Anyhow, and I have my son is almost 13. So they're out there playing together, and I think they're, hey. I think that they're getting the guard dogs riled up, and the dogs on boarding are getting riled up. And then Ginger. I might have to just rename her Bailey. Ginger, our new dog, our new pack member, the Golden Doodle, is a bad barker. So yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. So especially when, like, my son, he's playing with his uncle. You know, or he was actually watching his uncle today while my dad ran to the store. So, you know, imagine babysitting your uncle. Have y'all seen You Got Mail? It's kind of an older movie with Tom Hanks in it, and I don't remember the chick's name, some blonde chick. Anyhow, in that movie, he it's like he has like he's babysitting his uncle and his little sister, I think it is. Yeah, oh yeah, it's classic. Yeah, my husband had never seen it, so we had to watch it together. He really likes chick flicks. He doesn't like scary movies. He can get into action movies and mysteries as long as they're not creepy. And he doesn't like any kind of like domestic violence or the R word or, you know, anything like that. And yeah, can't do scary at all. Or thriller. I don't think he has seen White Girls. I was thinking about that movie a lot. That's the one with the black guys, they dress up like white girls. I was thinking about that movie a lot with all this stuff going on. Appropriation stuff. But I saw that movie when it came out in theaters, and I haven't seen it since. So that's something we gotta add to our list to watch. Somebody suggested something else earlier. Oh, Fat Man. Oh God, my dad just texted me. Sorry, he wants me to play League of Legends with him. Oh man, Uncle on too? Yeah. Let me mute myself real quick. Oh, let me see. Hey, can y'all hear me? Not you guys. I'm talking to my dad. I'm doing a live stream right now, so, but I'm down to play. I'm going to mute myself. Sean's still playing D&D though. He's still in his D&D thing. Okay, I muted myself. So I guess I'll be leaving in a couple minutes to play with them, because unless y'all want to hear me like raging. Oh no, Saw Blade's not here no more. He don't want to play because yeah, I think his back was hurting him. Anyhow. Yeah, well, my teammates, who is my dad, my uncle, and my husband. Man, actually, I'm nice to my... Make sure I'm muted. Yeah. Oh, my God. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. No, my uncle... I'm muted, right? We're going to start talking smack about him. He'll be like... He'll call MIA. But it's when the guy's already, like, in our lane destroying us. And it's like, he's like, hey, mine's missing. Like, oh, yep, we found him. He's right here. But yeah, but he's my uncle. He's like 58 or something. And he's playing this video game. So, I muted, right? They're gonna kick me out. Okay. Because I'm in the lobby with them right now. Yeah, he goes, stay sharp. That's right. He's retired. Oh no, I pushed the button. He's retired. That's what he does, is play video games all the time. He plays Call of Duty a lot. He's a trip. His actual name is Raging Cajun. He's Cajun, and he's not as bad as he used to be. He used to get like chat banned and stuff a lot, and his account banned, and he had to make a new account and stuff. I rage verbally. I don't type to other people. I'll just mute them. If they start pissing me off. I'm like a road rager, you know. You got 33 permabans? Oh my God. You must be super toxic. Oh, you're right. They had their eye on you. They were like, oh, it's this guy. We know about you. Tyler won. I feel bad. We're probably leaving like other people out. They don't know what we're talking about. This is the nerd in me, guys. Outdoorsman by day, gamer at night. Outdoorswoman? Yeah. He's like professional. Like, that's just like... It's just... He hulking out almost. I might need to let Freya out. Normally she don't freak out like that unless she's either thirsty or she needs out. Her puppy's the puppy on the profile pictures, 13 weeks old. What happened there if you missed it? I'm waiting for them. They're not ready yet. Oh no, we are in queue. Wow, 2-minute queue. I thought I found a good home, and the person turned out to be pretty narcissistic, long story short. She had a baby. They have their own business. They already have a dog, and then she's pregnant, and then she also didn't have the funds and was being weird about it. And I was just like, there's just too many red flags here. Oh, and then she sent me a video of her baby climbing all over her dog and like pulling on its fur and ears and stuff, and I was just like, nah, that's okay. And then she tried to get me to go down the price, like it was my fault. I was supposed to deliver the puppy on Wednesday, and then she changed it and said, well, I didn't give her a time. Even though we had planned it like 3 days prior, and she told me they work from home, so they'll be there all day. So I'm like, okay. So that means just come whenever. I told her I was busy in the morning and I'd come in the evening. She lives 3.5 hours away, so it's a long drive. And then she told me, like, after 30 minutes after I had left, like, oh, don't come, we don't have the money. Our check hasn't gone through. And I'm just like, wait. And, and then after that, I found out she's pregnant. And I'm just like, you have a lot going on and you want to add a puppy and you're living paycheck to paycheck. And you want to add a puppy and you're about to have a baby. And they're young. They're in their early 20s. And I'm just like... And then she was kind of narcissistic. Like, the way she would try to turn things around and make it my fault. Well, you didn't give us the time. I'm like, well, that doesn't have anything to do with you not having the money. Or anything. And I'm not even asking that much. And she was like, oh, well, if you take 50 off, we'll still take the puppy. And I'm like, I still have to drive a total of almost 7 hours there and back. 7 hours that I could be working on my fence or, spending time with my dogs or something. Playing League of Legends. So, I'm going to play Olaf. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so, and I was like, no, it's all right. I think it's just too much. I'll find another home for it. And then she got upset about that. Yeah. I'll find another home for him. He's super cute too. But yeah, she is just really, yeah. And then she kept messaging me afterwards, like, okay, we'll pay the extra 50. I'm like, what extra 50? Like, she's paying a small. Instead of charging what I know, like my normal rate for my puppies, it's basically like a rehoming fee. Because I had bigger litters than I expected, and the tornado and all that stuff going on. I had a lot going on, and she's just paying for gas for me to deliver the puppy. So I'm just like, yeah, just go, go to the pound and pick up a puppy. The dogs, I don't know. I really just don't get a puppy. Just get your life together first. Oh, that's so mean. I shouldn't say it like that. I'm kind of bitter, maybe. Wasted a lot of time. It was like 2 weeks of talking to this person. So, yeah. Craziness. But I'm about to have to go. We're in queue right now. So, yeah. And she definitely feels like the kind of person who would, like, trip out on you. Like we had this really bad, so we board dogs. That's the main thing we do, is we board dogs professionally in our home. We're actually planning to build a facility for boarding that's connected to our home. And this person, let me close this window out real quick. Close that window out so don't freaking lag out. This person boarded with us through Rover. Which we use occasionally. And she tried to get us to pay outside of Rover, which if, you go through Rover, you're not supposed to, their policy and stuff. And I was just like, I don't know you. If I knew you, it'd be a little different. But I don't know you. And she's like, okay, fine. And then she told us she had 2 dogs, but one plays kind of rough with puppies. And, so we're like, or with small dogs. One plays rough with small dogs, so you just gotta watch that dog. I'm like, okay. I met with her, and she was really weird. Like, there's something off there, and I had my gut people were like, hey, red flag, something's wrong with this person. And so I was like, no, it's fine. I met her dogs; they seem okay. And so I bring them home, and I have my darlings, my 16-pound dog. And right away, one of them, like straight goes for her like not playing like this is a bunny rabbit, I'm gonna eat it. So it's just like I called her and I was like, hey, this just happened. You said they play rough. She was like, oh yeah, she's just like that. I'm like, I'm a behavioralist. Like, I know what I saw. This is not plays rough, unless you're talking about plays rough with her insides. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I just wish you would have let me know that. Maybe she didn't know that. I'm like, so how about this? Just keep, your dogs. We have a whole room, a whole spare room, 4 dogs to board in. Is it okay if they stay in there when I have my dogs out, and whenever I put my dogs up, then your dogs can come out and have living room time and time with us? And she said that was fine. And I said, are your dogs good to be left alone like that? And she said, oh yeah. I'm like, are they allowed on furniture? We have a mattress in there and some like a desk and some stuff like that. She said, yeah, they're really good. Okay. The next morning, because I slept in there, they had shredded our mattress, like dug a full hole inside the mattress, pulled out all the stuff, a queen size mattress. They shredded, and what woke us up was they were fighting each other. So we wake up and we're like, oh my God, there's dogs fighting. And run in there, fighting each other, break it up, and then we see the whole room is destroyed. They peed and crapped everywhere, trying to keep my language under control because I get mad. And it's just like, what the heck? You didn't tell us, you said they were fine. So I called her up and she's like, well, it must have been something you did. And I'm just like, what do you mean? I talked to you. You said that they were fine. And so from then on, I mostly just texted her so I had it in like proof. And so let me see what else happened. Oh, and so prior, I had a dentist appointment on the day that she needed to pick them up. So, make sure I have my items. So I'll have to leave soon. So, I said, on the day you need to pick up, I have a dentist appointment. So it's all right. My husband, meets with you, brings them to you. And she said, oh yeah, that's fine. I understand completely. Right? And I confirmed it the day before. And she's like, oh yeah. Oh no. She's like, oh yeah, that's fine. Everything's fine. Then at like an hour before, so I'm already at the appointment. An hour before, that's the other thing is she didn't bring enough dog food for her dog. So we had to feed her. We had to get her dog's dog food. She was supposed to send us money for it. She never did. The day before, so an hour before my husband was supposed to meet with her, she texts me, and I didn't even see it right away because I'm at the dentist with hands in my mouth. She says, I'm not comfortable meeting a stranger. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. You should have said that beforehand. Like, we talked about this. And so, it was just like, what are you doing? Like, what do you, yeah, crazy. So, so I message her and I tell her that, like, when I see it, because I'm still at the dentist, I can't leave. Like, we're in between doing stuff to my teeth. I'm having extensive surgery done on my mouth. So then she says, she makes a big deal. Don't be late. Be there at a certain time because she has to leave by a certain time. So my husband is there like 30 minutes early. She messages an hour after she's supposed to be there that she's running late. So my husband's like, okay, fine. So he's walking her dogs so they're not just cooped up in the car. And finally she shows up. And she says, so my husband says she's actually pretty nice to him. And everything seemed pretty fine. But then I get a call from Rover saying that she is saying I stole stuff from her, and that her dogs were abused. I left them in cages, and didn't feed them the entire week. I stole her leashes, which there is an issue with the leash. We left the leashes were in my car, and my husband had the truck. So my husband actually went to the store and she picked out new leashes, right? Because and we told her we paid for new leashes for her, and we got her. She was supposed to send us her address, and we were gonna mail her leashes. So yeah, so that was the only thing that was really right. So then she left me like this horrendous review. Because okay, so she called Rover and was trying to get her stay for free. Rover looked up her account number and saw that it was a flagged account number. So her Rover account was brand new, but her credit card information was the same. So, and that credit card was flagged as, I guess, her being a scammer or something like that. So they told me that they denied it, and then she tripped out on them, and she said some really foul stuff, and what do they call it? They deactivated her. So she had actually been deactivated 2 other times, from what the lady told me, and that the first time that they actually gave her a full refund, and they deactivated that person that she boarded with. So that first Rover person, the sitter person, lost their job, but I assume they gave it back. I don't know, once they found out who this person actually is. But yeah, so before they deactivated her, I guess she threw a temper tantrum, because she also told me that I needed to pay her money for abusing her dogs or something. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about, you crazy person? I'm like, your dogs were a nightmare. They were nothing what you said, and I have had some pretty bad dogs before. So really, she was the nightmare. I shouldn't blame the dogs. But yeah, so before she got deactivated, she left me a horrible review, talking about how I abused her dogs, and I left them in cages. I didn't feed them the whole time that they were with me, even though we bought them their own, we bought food for them. Oh my gosh, it's just crazy. So Rover saw that. They didn't delete the review, but they made it where it didn't affect my overall score. And I'm just like, but the review's still freaking there. And they said, I don't know. They kept saying, but it doesn't count. And I'm like, but people can still read it. But it was, most people who have read it and brought it up to me are just like, so what's this about? Because this sounds absolutely crazy, especially compared to your other reviews. Like, one of the things that she said was that some strange man that was, quote unquote, my husband had her dogs, and it made her feel very uncomfortable. And but it's like, lady, you agreed. And she said I claimed he was my husband. Like, yeah, because he is my husband. Anyways, yeah. So that was crazy. Crazy times. I think she's just trying to get stuff for free. And she was just throwing a temper tantrum because she couldn't. She couldn't. Sorry, I gotta fight somebody. Oh, they're killing me. Dang it. I died. I killed them first, though. So that's what matters. Yeah, I need to get going so I can focus on my game and not feed. But yeah, so that was our crazy story. There's probably more to it I'm forgetting. But it was just like, it couldn't be real. How absurd and crazy. It was just like, this is like, you would think it's in a movie or something. It's so crazy. So crazy. And it's just funny now. Like, It's one of my favorite stories to tell. Aside from like that dog's destroying our stuff, that sucked. But I mean, it was my daughter's, my oldest. She's moved out now. It's her old bed, so we just burn it. Good thing about living in the country, and then scrap the metal. My grandfather scrapped the metal. But yeah, people like that exist. Just like, excuse me, just like stalkers. All right, I need to go so I can focus on this game. But I'll probably try to do another stream tomorrow. It just depends. I have a Zoom call at 7 o'clock my time. And then maybe after that, I might do a live. Yeah. All right, so hopefully I'll see you next time. You have a good one, okay? I'll try not to feed, man. It's so hard. If they just report MIA, I'll be good. Anyways, yeah, I gotta go. All right, I'm out of here. Bye.